I don't know why it happens. I don't know why it happens when I'm hitting balls, but you know, come up with old memories, man. Old memories, I guess, because I have a lot of old memories of just hitting balls, which I enjoy doing more than playing, actually. It reminds me when I flew down to Atlanta for a job at Georgia National Golf Club in McDonough, Georgia. I flew down from Chicago, and I get there. I get to my interview early, and there's a guy sitting next to me, and he looks kind of like he's dressed like, you know, he's pretty serious too. And ends up, his name was Travis, and I met him, and we were hanging out. He was interviewing for the same job I was. So the head pro walks out. He says, "All right, guys. Here's how I do my interviews. Like, you know, we have a quick interview right here with both of you here, and then from there I decide who I want to interview further." I'm like, okay. So he says, "I want you guys." He goes, "I'm looking for a little bit of wit, little charisma, a little character, whatever." And he says, "All right, I want you guys to come up with a poem about Timbuktu. Go." And so after like maybe 90 seconds, it felt like, yeah, at least 5 minutes, you know. And other dude comes up with it, the first poem, and he goes, "I rode across a caravan, all across the desert sand, underneath a sky so blue, destination Timbuktu." And I was like, "Damn, Travis, that was good, man. That was good, dude." And I kind of like give him a little, you know, kind of high five-ish. And then I'm sitting there, and they're both looking at me, and the head pro's looking at me. I'm like, "All right, I got one." And I said, "Me and Tim a camping went, saw 3 women in a tent. Since they be 3 and we be 2, I buck 1 and Tim buck 2. So I ended up getting the second interview and the job, McDonough, Georgia National Golf Club. You can look it up. I was assistant pro there for about a year, from 99 into 2000. But man, that was the craziest interview I ever had in my life. Timbuktu. Who knew? Who knew Timbuktu? Thank you.